Today we're at Griz Chiropractic, Sports and Wellness. I'm with Dr. John Griswold here. Congratulations on Griz Chiropractic.
Thank you so much.
So you've been officially open here on Lansing Ave for about a month now. How's it going so far?
Yep, it is absolutely phenomenal. I could not have hoped for anything better. We came up with a plan, the business plan, getting everything situated, and followed it to a T, and we are doing way better than expected.
That's awesome.
So it could not be happier.
So you've had this space completed for about a month, and it was just one room essentially. Talk a little bit about the help you had. I know some family helped, and I know you guys put in some serious sweat equity.
Absolutely. I mean, it was every single weekend for a whole month there, just 12-hour days, and then during the week, obviously working through it as well. And as far as the design, the place looks beautiful. I had no say in it.
Yeah.
This is more of my mother, my sister,
Yeah.
just actively like trying to figure out the right look, everything that could look good in here. And like I said, I had no say in it, but I am more than pleased with how it turned out.
And you're currently welcoming new patients. I want to ask you, who is a candidate for chiropractic care?
Everyone with a spine.
Okay, that's everybody pretty much, right?
Yeah, everybody could use a chiropractor in
Okay.
my mind. Obviously, we are sports and wellness, so a bit more of the active crowd
Sure.
is kind of more my bread and butter. But certainly, I see everybody. Okay. Activity is not just for the young and able. It's for everybody. You want everybody to be moving, everybody to be getting out there and doing what they love. So, absolutely.
This is a nice looking room.
Oh, thank you. Again, I didn't design it. But so this is my, my main room here. This is my chiropractic table. This is where I adjust people, make sure that, they're in the right position for their bodies. This is where most of my patients will start here.
Okay.
Getting their main issues figured
Sure.
out, and just making sure that, they're well taken care of.
What's common as far as folks? What are you see so many people. What is the most common thing that you see people are dealing with?
I mean, the most common thing is definitely low back pain,
Okay.
neck pain, some headaches here and there. And that is true. As a chiropractor, we work on the spine, but chiropractic is in the end so much more.
Sure.
I mean, I work on shoulders every day. I work on knees. I work on ankles, all the extremities, because, we are the sum of all of our parts.
For sure.
So we have to be taken care of as a whole unit. So chiropractic is so much more, but the majority of what I see is, people are like, my back hurts, I'm gonna go to a chiropractor.
Yeah, if you're anything like me, anytime you're lifting anything, maybe it's furniture or a box, once you get into your 40s, that sometimes takes a little bit away from you.
Absolutely.
Is that, obviously, as we age, something we need to really take care of, something we should get assessed by.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they said low back injuries can really take you out for long periods of time, and getting back to where you were at a normal level takes even longer. So the longer it takes for you to figure out what's going on, how to get this solved, the longer it's going to take for you to get back in the game or get back in, just life.
How about people's mood in general, right? If you're in pain, you're generally not happy or in a bad mood. It's really like a lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
Almost.
I mean, people's mood in general, it's hard too, because when someone's in pain, they're less susceptible for care. They're less susceptible for many different things. And being in pain just ruins your day.
Yeah.
So absolutely, being in pain, just having issues in general, will absolutely mess up your mood.
Cool. So this is your chiropractic care room, and we've got some other rooms. Should we check them out?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll follow you.
This room I consider to be just as important, if not
Sure.
as the other one, because it's kind of doubling as my office right now, but more so, this is my patient education. This is my report of findings room. What I'll do is I will plug in my laptop into this computer and pull up their x-rays, pull up kind of their systems, what exactly they're doing, what they look like. So this is my education room.
It's kind of like a team approach, you with the patient.
Absolutely. I mean, because here's the thing, they got to be in on this too.
Right.
Like, I can't just adjust them and send them on their way. I'll be honest, I give my patients a little bit of homework.
Sure.
I make sure they know that their health is just as much their responsibility as mine.
Yeah, that's very cool. Where did you where did you come up with that kind of philosophy? Is that just kind of who you've always been?
Oh yeah, when I was in school, there was a lot of different ways to do things. There's just kind of the snap and crack and send them on their way type of stuff. And there's a lot of docs out there that do great work.
Sure.
But a couple guys in school I was talking with, and they knew guys that did it this way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the way I want to do it. This is the way I want to practice. Because, you know, I'll be honest, I hate going to a doctor's office and they're like, okay, take this thing. Take this, do this. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Right.
So knowing as to what you're doing and why you're doing it, that is, in my mind, just as important as the treatment itself.
Absolutely. And I mean, it makes perfect sense.
You made a lot of space into this building.
Absolutely. I mean, it was all about trying to figure out what to do correctly. So I think I might have mentioned this earlier. We do take x-rays in-house. X-rays are huge. I don't like adjusting without them.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's basically a cheat code.
Right.
I can see inside the human body. I can see which way I need to go. I know many different chiropractic techniques, and this helps me decide how to take care of somebody.
Right.
So this is, you know, I'm very proud of this.
Yeah, this is very cool. Now, when you built this room, I imagine that you don't just put the equipment in and turn it on.
Absolutely not. No, this whole room is lead lined. It's got all the good stuff. I mean, that window itself is lead lined, so you can, you know, work through it. Yeah, this room had to be specifically built just like this. We had to get the specs. We had to know exactly where this was going, even before we even built anything out here. Yeah. And actually, the position of this room is on purpose here because of this guy.
Yeah, X-rays right here. Very cool. This is another room you have. The rooms don't stop. I mean, it's amazing that you guys were able to do this. Tell me about some of this tech.
So this is a treatment room specifically right now for the STEM wave device. So for those of you who don't know, most people don't know what it is. So what it is a hydroacoustic electric shockwave device. Okay. A lot of words. Long and the short of it is, it creates a electrical impulse in that little head there. Okay. And then when it does that, it creates a shock wave, and we use it on certain areas like shoulders, a lot of knees actually. And it replicates a sort of trauma and initiates your body's healing processes. Okay. So like I said, we work on knees, we work on everything else. This is one of those things that we use a lot for extremities, but also the low back in general. Interesting. So yeah, it really helps expedite that healing process, and it works with kind of reactivating the healing in those chronic conditions, as well as acute conditions that, you know, maybe we need to, you know, help our training regimen a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of pieces to the body in your shoulder. Is it helping with the muscles as well?
Absolutely. So this is kind of working through something called angiogenesis, which is basically creating new blood pathways. And blood is how we heal ourselves. So it's it works very well for that.
Very good. How important is it to have this technology to be able to serve your patients?
I mean, a lot of chiropractors don't have anything similar to this. I mean, I think this is the only STEM wave device in kind of mid-Michigan area. But I think it's a phenomenal piece of, equipment. And when I started my practice, I'm like, I gotta have one of these.
So. There you go. John, this room I noticed right away. As soon as I walked in, I saw that there's a pillow in here. What is this piece of equipment here?
So this is a hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber, or HBOT chamber. Basically what it is, you lay down in the chamber. As the chamber slowly, you can kind of hear it hissing right now with that full pressure. It's constantly pushing air through and then pushing air back out at a higher pressure than what we're used to. So you stay in this, and what it does is over time, it will slowly force oxygen into your blood plasma. So as you breathe, as you live throughout think of like a high altitude training, but kind of reversed a little bit. So we're forcing oxygen into your blood at a higher rate. That allows you to do many things. First of all, it helps you heal certain types of injuries that you can't really heal outright, but also it helps with training and recovery. Because, you know, more oxygen, more recovery.
Who's a candidate for something like this?
Many different people. People with very arthritic, inflammatory issues can really benefit for something like this. Pre and post surgical treatments. It can help the healing process kind of expedite itself. But also, this is kind of where the sports comes in and sports and wellness. This is very good for athletes. I actually see athletes here on the weekends, you know, after football games and other big events. I'll come in for a few hours on a Saturday or Sunday and have them hop in here and basically get healed from their, their rather dangerous games of football.
Some of the equipment and the technology you have, you're seeing it across professional sports. Chiropractic care has become a large part of an organization's coaching staff and treatment staff. Do you get a lot of feedback on equipment like this from major sports and higher level?
You got to think of something like that. Like Calvin Johnson used to sleep in a hyperbaric chamber. Like they know what's good for their athletes.
Right.
That stem wave, the shockwave devices. A lot of different NFL teams now have devices like that. I believe so.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
That's all right. Well, you've got this right here. This is pretty cool. So how long would an individual be in this?
So for treatment schedules, it should be about an hour.
Okay.
That's about the total time it takes. It takes about 9 minutes to get up to this pressure.
Okay.
And then once it's at 1.3 to 1.4 atmospheres. Once it's at that pressure, then it will basically sit in there for about an hour. Mm-hmm. It's very relaxing.
I was going to say, John, do people fall asleep?
All the time.
Yeah?
All the time people fall asleep in this thing. Because it's super relaxing and calming. It does get a little warm sometimes, so, wear shorts.
Yeah.
But you can just hop in there, you'll, listen to your music, read a book, do what you want, and, just overall start the healing process.
Very cool. Very good. Well, Dr. John, I want to thank you for the tour of Griz Chiropractic. I know it's going to be a successful business, and you even have some help here today with you.
Absolutely.
When I can.
Yes.
Yeah. You will see Mom here once in a while as you get started. But thanks again. Appreciate you having us here. If anyone wants any information on the services you offer, book an appointment, how do they do that?
Absolutely. You can contact us many ways. You can go to our website. It's just grizchiropractic.com. You can give us a phone call at 517-879-2055. Or you can shoot me an email at grizchiropractic.com.